Currents are an integral and dynamic part of the world's oceans. They help determine the characteristics and behavior of seawater and the distribution and abundance of marine life. But currents are surprisingly important to landlocked creatures like us as well, because they partially regulate the global climate and govern the productivity of fishing grounds. Upwelling, the rise of deeper water to the surface, occurs only on 10% of the ocean, but that small area makes up half of the world's fisheries. The cool, nutrient-filled water in upwelling currents supports blooms of algae and seaweed, the base of the food chain for many clams, crustaceans, and fish. Herring, anchovy, and sardines, three of the most widely harvested fish, are especially concentrated in upwelling zones. Such sea life is an increasingly large component of man's food supply. Currents play an important role in the Earth's climate system. Overall, ocean currents moderate the planet's temperature extremes. Warm flows like the western boundary currents carry heat from the tropics toward the poles. Cold flows, such as the eastern boundary currents, bring cooler temperatures to low latitudes. On a regional scale, some areas are even more strongly affected. Because Western Europe is bathed in warm waters and winds coming east across the Atlantic, its climate is much warmer and milder than other areas at the same latitude, such as northern Canada and Alaska. Although the ocean currents that affect climate are large and vigorous, scientists are beginning to suspect that they are surprisingly easy to disrupt. It is possible that global warming could severely alter current patterns, at least in the short term. If there is more rainfall in the North Atlantic and significant melting of glacial and sea ice, a layer of warm, fresh water could form at the sea surface. This layer could block the formation and sinking of cold, salty water there, and turn off the global conveyor belt. Once the conveyor belt and its northward pull on warm surface currents shuts down, average temperatures in much of Europe would plunge 10 to 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Unlike many other causes of climate change, catastrophic cooling due to the loss of the global conveyor belt could be quite rapid, taking just a few years or decades.